to the farm vlog today. Today we're going to talk about our most asked questions and comments from our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube page.
Yes, we are. I was just mixing my adult beverage. Make sure you guys stay right to the end of the video today because we want to share something that's going on with our garlic.
Yeah.
Kind of worried about it. It's not looking so good. We may lose it. But we want to share this with you guys. So make sure you stay tuned right to the end. This morning.
Yes.
We cleaned out our brooder box this morning.
Yes, that was so much fun.
That was, and you know, we didn't realize what we were getting into with chickens. Now, a lot of people have a space in a barn outside for their baby chicks with the heat lamp. Their barn may be heated. Sometimes you don't even need to have a heated barn if you have, you know, pine shavings and enough heat lamps to keep them warm.
It's too cold here to have them anywhere outside, so they're in our spare room. It's down in our basement. It's not like it's in the middle of our hallway next to the kitchen or anything like that. It is in the basement, away from everybody. It's quiet. It's easy to keep warm because it's not a huge space. But at the same time, because it's not a huge space, they stink. They
stink, and we've noticed a couple other things. If you are thinking about getting chicks and you want to keep them inside in a brooder box, if you don't have adequate ventilation, they're extremely dusty.
Oh,
extremely dusty.
Isn't even the word for it. It's crazy.
And the second thing that we noticed today is moisture.
Yeah, those little suckers, they give off a lot of heat, and they keep that, we haven't had heat on down there in the room probably for 2 days now, I think, just because it's been so warm. They haven't had a heat lamp for almost 2 weeks, and we've just been cycling the electric baseboard heat in the room just to keep it a nice comfortable, and 10-15 degrees for them. And today we went down there to clean it. We'd planned to clean it anyway, and it was so warm. It was like walking into a tropical rainforest. Yeah. It was so humid in there.
So that's something you guys have to consider. If you are getting baby chicks for the first time and you want to have your brooder box inside the house, you're going to want to have them in an area where you don't mind the dust, you don't mind the moisture that could get on the walls. It's a messy setup. Yeah. Chickens are messy. And you know what? Chickens themselves, they don't stink.
No, it's their poop and stuff that stinks for sure.
It stinks, and it stinks bad. Yeah. So these are all things you got to consider. I mean, our baby chicks, they're getting big. They have almost all their feathers. They're ready to go outside in the next couple weeks.
And it's going to warm up soon, too, and we'll be able to get them outside. The coop is easily, 6 times bigger than their brooder box, just floor space alone. Easy. So they'll have so much more room to move around, and it's well ventilated, so it won't be an issue once they're out there. We're just waiting for them to get all their feathers and for the temps to come up just a bit during the day and night. Where did you want to start today?
Well, one of our viewers made a comment down in the comment section on our YouTube page while we were making kombucha. Or kombucha. Kombucha? Thank you for clarifying my pronunciation for me. Oh, thank you once again. We added the starter fluid and we added the SCOBY, and when the SCOBY went in, it went in a little bit on the rough side.
I didn't drop it from 5 feet up.
Well, it was a bit of a splash.
Well, maybe.
So, note taken, we will place the SCOBY in our tea mixture next time a little bit more gently. Being new to making kombucha, there's a lot of things we have yet to learn. And the next step on making our kombucha is bottling it.
That's right. We have lots of good fruit combinations that we're going to be experimenting with and see which ones we like and which ones the kids like the best.
This time of year, it is really hard to get fresh fruit.
Yes.
So we actually just went to Costco and we bought several bags of frozen fruit so we could try
organic fruit.
Thank you. Organic fruit to try multiple different combinations. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more videos on us bottling up our kombucha. We're really excited. Yes. We're figuring probably over the next, 7 days or so we'll be doing that?
Pretty close. Yeah, it's getting ready. It's definitely bubbly and our SCOBY's grown. It's probably double the size of when we put it in. Yeah. So it should be ready, I would say in the next few days probably.
And then after we bottle it, we're looking at what, another...
It depends. You let it sit depending on how much carbonation you want. So anywhere from, say, like 2 to 4 days or a little longer. Some fruits don't carbonate as much, so you might want to let it sit a little bit longer.
Right. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be really
for sure.
exciting.
That's going to be really exciting.
So another question that we had was about our loofahs. We had a question that one of our viewers has never seen or heard of loofahs before.
Which is weird because they're everywhere. Maybe they've seen them and just don't know what they are.
Well, a lot of people think that loofahs come from the ocean.
That's right.
That they're little sponges.
It's a sponge, right? So people assume that it came from the sea. But it actually grows like a cucumber on a vine.
It does. And that's what we are growing right now. If you guys have a look here, you can see all our loofah plants are growing. They're getting really big. They're about 3 weeks old.
They're about 3 weeks old now, and I'm very happy with how big they are.
Yeah, we're going to be growing this metal-like trellis outside for it to climb up, and then the loofahs will be able to hang down and make it easy to pick them come fall time.
That's right. My goal is to get them until the end of September without frosting. If we can do that, then they should be good. Otherwise, they may turn to mush. Here in northern New Brunswick, we should be able to pull that off. I mean, this year, snow did start flying around the end of October, but that is very rare. A lot of the farmers in the area were telling us that normally it happens around till December. Yeah, the middle to the end of December. So it came really early this year. Yay, us! Welcome to New Brunswick!
Our first year on the homestead, and it snowed the end of October.
Exactly, and it didn't leave until the first week of April.
That's right. Exactly.
But yeah.
So speaking of the loofahs and the seasons and everything, well, the maple syrup season is over for us. You guys have a look here. You can see we pulled all our taps.
And our buckets are put away until next year. But when maple syrup season ends, what starts?
Birch
season.
The temperature needs to be between 10 degrees and 15 degrees Celsius, and that's what we've been hovering at the last. I mean, we've had a couple 17, 18 degree days. It kind of 1 or 2 days.
Over the place lately.
But I mean, the other night it was like 2 degrees above, and then the other day it was like -5. Yeah. But our average lately has been between 6 degrees and 10 degrees. So in between there.
Definitely warmer.
And I went out today and I checked the birch buckets, and you guys can see here that one of them was completely full. Yeah, it was completely full. And the other one was about half full. So tomorrow we're going to be harvesting the birch syrup.
Sap.
Well, yeah, birch sap.
Syrup until you cook it.
The birch sap, and then we're going to bring. What we're going to do this year is all of our maple syrup was done on our burner outside. Next year, we actually plan on building a sugar shack and using wood to process our maple syrup.
Much hotter than propane, too.
I mean, this year, our propane bill was about, what, $60?
Yeah,
$60,
we filled the tank 3 times, I think.
So it cost us about $70 to actually process the maple syrup. I mean, that's outside of the pots and the burner and everything.
And the filters.
And the filters and everything that we purchased. So, I mean, that bill was a lot higher, of course. But next year, we're going to change the way we did it. We also are going to change our bucket setup.
Yeah, the metal buckets and taps, they're okay, but they're not ideal. The plastic taps with the 5-gallon buckets, the food grade buckets with the plastic tubing, seems like a better way to go. Our setup is really difficult where our trees are located. It's very rocky and hard to get to some of them. So I think if they're 5-gallon buckets, it'll be a little easier.
Yeah. What I did notice, and I mean, of course, we always strained probably half a dozen times from between the time that we boil it to the final process. We do a lot of straining, but when I open the buckets up, you still get spiders that climb in there.
Yeah.
You get, little flies that buzz around, they're kind of like mosquitoes
stuff off
or
trees,
whatever.
like bark and stuff from the tree itself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get in there. And I want a more sealed environment. And if we use a 5-gallon bucket, drill a little hole at the top, run the food grade PVC piping stuff into it. Yeah. I'm not sure if PVC piping.
I don't think it's PVC.
No, it's some kind of piping,
tubing.
Exactly. It's food grade tubing.
Like a hospital, like oxygen tubing, like that kind of stuff.
Is it like that?
It's the same material, I think.
I think we're guessing. But yes, we're going to put plastic taps in the tree. We're going to run the tubing into our 5-gallon bucket, and the bucket's going to be sealed, so nothing's going to get in there at all. And then next year, we actually are going to look at selling our maple syrup.
Yes. As long as we have a good season, the maple syrup season is completely unpredictable and out of our control. It could be a great year next year for sap, or it could be a horrible year and we could get barely enough to, cover what our kids eat for breakfast on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
So as long as conditions are good and we're able to make enough, then yeah, definitely we'll have it available for sale next year.
And our birch is just a test this year. We're only going to process maybe 4 or 5 gallons.
Just to try it out.
If we like it, we will process more next year. And I'm also going to try and make some birch sugar.
Yeah.
We did try and make some maple sugar, and that was what
didn't quite work out right.
Didn't work out the way. And we're going to try that again. But I want to try and make some birch sugar. Mm-hmm. And you can use birch sugar for cooking and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And again, it's a good resource to have so that you don't have to go out to Costco and other local grocery stores and buy sugar, because we use a lot for cooking here on the homestead.
And it's better for you.
It's way better for you.
Than using, granulated white processed sugar.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So some of the other things that we actually have going on the farm here.
We are going to be fencing.
Yes, you guys see here, our driveway right now, we're just using a couple pallets and a 2x12 that's about 20 feet. No, actually probably about 15 feet long.
15 feet, yeah. The driveway's 30 feet.
Yeah, just to kind of block in the driveway. I mean, it's not really doing much, but
it keeps cars from turning into it. There's always people, for some reason, that turn into our driveway. We're on a corner, and it just keeps the vehicles out.
Yeah. So we're going to be fencing the property off so that we keep the chickens in the yard. Next year, we're going to be setting up some chicken tractors.
Yes.
And I want to keep the yard contained so that no outsiders come in. I mean, we are in the middle of nowhere, but we still have a busy road where traffic does go by frequently to the mill that's just down the road from us. Mm-hmm. And
there's also like off-roaders too, because there's trails
there's a lot of off-roaders. Yes, a lot of off-roaders. So people, they get curious, mm-hmm. And you just kind of want to keep people off your property, the curious ones, right?
Exactly.
What do they always say? It keeps the honest people out.
I don't know if that's the right saying, but...
So we had a comment on our YouTube page in the comment section about our hascap bushes. Mm-hmm. Where did we get them from?
That's a good question. We've actually had a couple people ask where we got them from. And truth is, we found a guy on Kijiji who grows organic plants for commercial sale. And he was changing out his hascaps a bit because this particular variety, I guess, didn't grow and produce berries at the same time as his other ones. And he wanted to be able to harvest all of his hascaps at once, send everything off to market all together, rather than having one set grow this time and then having to wait another 4 to 6 weeks for the other ones to grow. So he was clearing them out, and we actually got a really good deal on them.
Yes, we did. We drove, about 4 hours to go get them?
Yeah, we had to drive into Nova Scotia to get them. Everything here is in Nova Scotia. There's nothing in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
But it was worth the drive for sure. We got a really good deal on them, and the guy was great.
He had a lot of knowledge.
He did. He was very smart, and everything he grew was 100% organic. He didn't use any fertilizer, sprays, nothing.
He even gave us a free bush on our way out.
He did. He gave us a red currant. And he said we could take more, but it was pouring rain and we didn't want to dig them up.
Yeah, we had a 4-hour drive home.
It was muddy.
But we got one red currant. We'll show you guys what it looks like and how it produces this summer.
Mm-hmm. Should be good. I like currants.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you like cranberries?
Yeah, kind of, but smaller. Like pomegranate seeds, kind of.
Can I put them in my kombucha?
You could put them in your kombucha. What's going on with your shirt there?
My cup's leaking. But the winter time, it can get rough.
Yes.
And one of your main chores in the wintertime, outside of taking care of your animals, and this winter we didn't have any animals outside of our dogs to take care of. Next winter we will have goats and chickens and basically a full running farm that we're going to have to take care of. So it's good. Next winter would probably be a question that we might be able to answer
a little bit better. We have to be out there more.
No matter what.
We got to hide inside for the most part this winter, except when it came to you getting firewood.
Yeah, and because we didn't have firewood when we got here, we didn't plan on getting the fireplace or the wood stove. Till the power went out in October, November. Then when it finally got installed in December, we were like, we need to get some wood.
Yeah.
So, but by then there was already snow on the ground. So I spent the whole entire winter, and it was like a full-time job collecting wood. I mean, we could have bought a couple cords of wood. A cord here will run you about $100 uncut. If you want to cut, if you want to cut and split, it'll run you about $250. So if you already don't have the wood ready for your winter time, some people do, some people don't. I recommend that you do. We will this year. We've already started to get our
collecting for next season.
We also wanted to season. Like, you can't get your wood in November and expect it to burn really good all through the winter. It's going to be soaking wet. And that's the struggle we had this year. We were getting pallets in town. We were starting the fire with dry pallets and then adding the wet wood. And then we would find that you put the wet wood in, your wood stove would cool off for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. Your fire would almost go out, and then it would ignite, and then your house would be really warm. So burning with wet wood is a struggle. I don't recommend it. It also builds up the creosote in your chimney. And when you burn with wet wood, there is a risk that with the buildup of the creosote, you could have a chimney fire.
Which is not good. You don't want that.
You don't want that.
That's not okay.
So, you know, and most people every, 3 or 4 cords, they clean their chimney anyways, which that's something we're going to be doing here in the next little while, is getting this cleaned out. But struggling to get the wood, I mean, we had, on average, probably some parts back there were about 100 centimeters of snow on the ground.
Oh, at least.
You know, it was up to my chest in some spots, and I have to go back there with a utility sled, cut it down, cut it up, bring it back to the house, cut it up with an axe. It is a full-time job. If you are heating with wood, it is a full-time job.
Yeah, unless you can prepare ahead of time. But the bonus now is you have about 100 4-foot tall stumps that you can cut down and process the rest, because they were under snow when you cut them down originally.
Exactly. So I got a lot of wood that I can get this year, and we plan on doing that and having it all ready for next year. So our main focus next winter will be the animals.
Yeah, so you won't have to be out there every few days chopping wood, cutting it, things like that. We'll have a nice stash of it, and we won't have to worry.
And we want it to season. And that's what I'm saying, is that it's very important. Like, some people even let their wood season for 2 or 3 years. We're only going to have maybe 6 to 8 months here. Yeah. But, I mean, that'll be enough. That'll be better than this year, getting it and burning it right away. Here,
right? So
yes, it'll dry quick.
Dries stuff so fast.
Yes.
So that's a big help when seasoning your wood, is the wind.
And the other thing, too, is you guys notice behind us, no clothes are hanging. Well, that's because we haven't had too many fires. So we are going to be moving our laundry outside to dry because it is windy here.
That's right.
So in the wintertime, you have a clothesline inside over your wood stove drying it. In the summertime, you move your clothes outside, so then you don't have to use your dryer because electricity here is expensive. We have a fairly large garage that came with the property. And because we don't have a large barn, we're going to cut our garage in half, basically, and half of it's going to be a barn.
Half of it.
The other half will be for our farm vehicles. And I'm going to build a couple stalls for our animals, our livestock, and we'll be doing that over the next few weeks. And then we're going to be looking at getting a couple goats.
Yes.
It's good to get 2 goats. You never want to get 1 goat.
No, they're herd animals. They really need a buddy. They don't do well on their own. They need somebody else there with them. So you need to get at least 2. And ideally what I'm looking for is an already milking goat, possibly with a baby.
It's going to be tough. Here in New Brunswick, it's going to be tough.
It's not impossible. I have seen them, but that's my ideal. I saw a great one come up on Instagram today, a female with 3 babies, but
where was it?
They were in like New York or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, to get the vet check,
it's a little unrealistic for us to get them up here.
Flights and everything, it would have been thousands of dollars.
They were super cute though, and it's like the ideal setup that we would want. Mom with 3 babies, 2 girls and a boy.
Yeah.
Would have been perfect, but
it would have been.
We'll find something. It'll come along. We'll find the right ones when the time's ready.
Exactly. And to the drama that's going on
poor garlic.
The farm right now.
Yeah.
You guys see here, our garlic is underwater.
It's swimming.
And we tried to rescue it the other day by building a trench.
Big trench we dug here.
We were able to drain it the other day, but because the heavy rain, I mean, we must have gotten close to, 40 millimeters?
Probably 40 millimeters just in the last 24 hours alone, and our trench can't keep up with it.
Yeah, and our backyard, the snow and the water runoff comes down the hill a little bit and into our lower part of our backyard, where you guys see here, this is where I've tilled already. I'm going to be putting all the corn here, which is great
spot for corn.
Because corn, you don't plant till about end of May, June.
Yeah, and the river will be dried up by then.
Exactly, but the garlic and the pumpkins here were planted last fall.
Now the pumpkins I think will be fine, because they don't even try to start sprouting for another few months at least. So I think the pumpkins will be fine. End of May-ish.
June. So maybe 2 months, month and a half.
So I'm not too worried about the pumpkins, but our garlic, some of them were actually floating. Our fingers are just crossed that it'll dry out soon, because I know garlic doesn't like to be super wet. It likes well-drained soil. So I'm hoping that this little bit of rain that we have for the next few weeks isn't going to damage it too much.
You guys got any recommendations on what we can do to save our garlic? Leave a comment down below.
How we can keep it safe until harvest time.
Exactly. And that goes back to when you buy a homestead or a farm for the first time, it's good. I know you want to put things in the ground right away. And that was what we did in September, October. Is we were trying to get as much in the ground as possible for this season, because you don't want to be a year behind. But we also didn't evaluate where the runoff for the snow would be, how much snow there was going to be, and some of the conditions weather-wise that our fields and our gardens would be up against.
Well, and there was no way to predict that river would pop up, because it actually comes from the far north corner of the property, and it runs down behind the house and down through 2 fields to get to the garlic. So there's not even any way you could predict that.
Yeah, and it just goes right into the garlic bed. I mean, when we planted, we would have never thought. I thought maybe you'd have a few puddles in the backyard, but not
a river coming through.
Exactly.
So lesson learned. We're going to move our garlic next year.
Yep.
And hopefully we won't have that issue. And hopefully at least some, if not half or more, survives. I'm really hoping it does. So
exactly.
Fingers crossed. If you liked today's video, make sure you
like, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification.
No, isn't it? You're supposed to pound the like button.
Pound the like button.
Pound the like button.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And turn on the bell notification.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. I feel like I need to sit up taller.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat that I could haul up.
I wish I had a rabbit in a hat I could collar.
Oh, collar. That's how it goes.
He's not really from the 90s. He's old.
I'm from the 70s. 70s.
Welcome to the farm vlog today, guys. Today, we're going to answer some frequently asked questions and comments from our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page.
Is this where I'm supposed to say the next line?
Generally, you would talk next, but you don't have to.
Okay.
We can talk without you.
Well, no, I'm here, kind of, sort of. Okay.
What did you want to talk about first? We've had a lot of comments from the viewers.
Let's try this again.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Wish I had a rabbit in a hat that I could collar.
I'm gonna sell you.
To the circus?
I don't even know if they would take you.
The circus could be fun. Do they have rabbits?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Try this again. And take 2.
Welcome to the farm vlog today, guys. Today we're going to talk about the questions and comments that are most frequently asked on our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook page, as well as our YouTube comments.
Beep. Take Take 3.
Welcome to the farm vlog today, guys. Today we're going to talk...
What?
What are you doing?
Take 4.
I was mixing my beverage.
Take 4.
With your finger?
Yeah.
While I was talking?
Yeah, that's quite yummy, actually.
Wow. See what I have to work with?
It's an adult beverage. Us homesteaders are allowed to have those once in a while, aren't we?
I don't think you're allowed to. And you're going to slurp it too?
Take 4.
What's wrong with slurping? It's testing the aroma and the flavor. When you slurp, you're tasting it. When you drink it, you don't get the taste. Like, you ever tasted wine? People go like this. They go... That's how you taste
Nobody
stuff.
does that.
Lots of people do that.
Nobody does that.
I may have to pull up the extension cord and plug this in because,
I know.
we're going to
You
run
keep
out of
messing
battery
up.
life.
I got other things to do tonight still.
I know. We may be doing those super late.
Welcome to the farm vlog today. Today we're going to talk about our most asked questions and comments from our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube page.
Yes, we are. I was just mixing my adult beverage that we don't have very often. But tonight I thought it'd be a good time to relax and enjoy the warm fire behind us and connect with our viewers.
Non-adult beverage.
Yeah.
Love building fences here on the farm.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the other comments that we've also had on our Instagram, was it Instagram? No, actually it was, let's back up.
It was on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, ready? Take
Ready,
10.
go.
Okay.